instead of Allison just being like pregnant with them. But I thought that was pretty interesting. And then we find at the beginning Arya and Ezra are like on the set, and they're finding out that their book may become a movie, which is pretty cool. They're being so cute at the beginning and like, oh yay, it's almost time and all this stuff, which I think was really, really, really cute. And then we just see Spencer and Melissa talking by a horse. They're bonding a little bit more, which I like because I think Melissa really loves Spencer and Spencer really loves Melissa. So, you know, it's kind of really sweet that they're actually talking. And then we just see this random dude, Toby, just standing by this truck, and Spencer goes, do you need some help or anything like that? And we find out it's Toby. So then we're going back to Rosewood High School, and we find this new girl named Addison. Now, I want to say this because this is really strange to me. Addison, Allison. Coincidence? I think not. But you never know. And apparently Addison's this one girl that's kind of like Allison was in the beginning, kind of like the mean, popular girl. And she was like being really intense in class. She was in Allie's class, like she's a student there, and she was like talking about Arya and Ezra's book and how the happy ending didn't happen because of Arya and stuff. And I thought that was really rude because, again, I'm a diehard Ezra fan. So, I mean, you know, it was kind of intense. And then they go out into like the locker area, and we just see this one girl have a doll in her locker. They have so many dolls in this show. It's really creepy, actually. And then we just see Jenna walk up, and Addison's like still there, not in class or whatever. So Jenna's like, you need to be getting to class. And she's like, well, at least I can see and hear. And I thought that was super rude too. So then Addison just goes shh like that to tell her friends to be quiet. We're not going to actually move. And then she puts her hand in front of Jenna, and Jenna like slaps, like grabs it, I guess. And you know, I am not very I like Jenna, but I don't at the same time. She can be a little mean sometimes, but like I applaud her for actually saying those words. Like she was just like, she's standing up. Like Addison really needed that to be told like that. And then we see all the girls, and mostly their couples like Toby, Caleb, well technically Caleb and Hannah, and then we have Spencer, and then we have Emily and Allison, and then we just see Arya and Ezra come out, and they surprised Arya and Ezra with a little dinner thing, which was really cute and sweet. I love that. And at the beginning, Caleb and Hannah did not seem to be doing good at first. I mean, it's been a year later since they got married or whatever, so they didn't seem to be doing good. And the reason was because Hannah invited Mona, because Mona had to go somewhere because of all this stuff. Mona had to go there and stay with Hannah and Caleb. Caleb didn't really like it because we already know Caleb doesn't like Mona that much anyways, so he was kind of mad that Hannah invited her over to stay. And then, while they're eating dinner and all that and celebrating, we just see Melissa in a black hoodie. What? Like, she's in a black hoodie. That's records of all Pretty Little Liars. Like, if you're in a black hoodie, a red coat, a yellow shirt, like, it's just really interesting to see Melissa in a black hoodie. So then we see Melissa looking through windows, which she could have been doing this whole time. She could have been AD. But then we think it's Melissa, and that person takes their mask off, and it's actually Mona. So Mona, I guess, is helping AD now. So, that's all done, and then, we see Arya just crying, and I feel really bad because, Spencer comes in and all this, they talk and all that, and apparently Arya can't have kids, and I feel really bad because Arya's my favorite character on that show, so I feel really bad for her. Especially how she was with Malcolm, Ezra's kid or whatever. She was really sweet to him and stuff like that, and watched for him and stuff. And if you remember that one episode where Spencer took Malcolm to that weird circusy thing, whatever, and Arya was frantically moving and stuff. Like, she was freaking out because she did not know where Malcolm was, and yeah. And I feel like I love all the girls, but like they've all been evil in the show in a way, or at least most of them. They've all had a part in like this little evil, devious plan. But I feel like almost Emily hasn't been too much part of it, but she has. Like Arya was kind of like on the A team this season, 7B, and then like Spencer with all that Malcolm stuff. Hannah was trying to get to Noel Khan and stuff, and then Allison obviously in the first season and all that. But like it was just crazy. Then when Arya's like done freaking out, like saying she can't marry Ezra and stuff, it's kind of like the next day they have the rehearsal dinner like before the wedding and all that, and like all the parents are there, like Ashley, Veronica, Ella, Pam, all of them are there. And then we just see Allison talking to Pam, Emily's mother, saying like she has like this little box that she gives Allison, and like I guess Emily saw, so Emily's kind of like freaking out, like what is this? Why did they like exchange a gift or something? So then Emily goes home and she's like kind of mad, and Allison's like, what's wrong? Are you mad at me or something like that? And Emily's like, yeah, what did my mom give you? And Allison's kind of like, oh, it's just breath mints. And then like she's like, it wasn't just breath mints or something like that. So then Allison's kind of like, okay, well, I was trying to surprise you. And like I was like kind of mad at Emily at that point because like Allison was trying to do something really special for Emily, and she kind of ruined it in a way. And then we go like back to like Spencer. She was there, like, and then we see Mona just come up behind her and hit her, and then she just kind of disappears into nowhere. And then we just see her in this cell thing, and then we see like this other picture of Spencer, and Spencer thinks it's just like a mirror or something, and then, or like a dream or something, and then we just see this image just go boom, and then like Spencer's freaking out, and we find out that there's two Spencers. Does she have a twin or not? So we also see that like Mary like drugs her, like makes her go to sleep and stuff, and we find out that that is her twin. Her name is Alex. She worked in a bar in England, and like Rin was in the bar, like Rin saw her, and he's like, oh, hi Spencer, how are you? And she's like, I don't know Spencer. So then Rin's talking about Mary, Charlotte, Spencer, and all this, and she's like, I don't know Mary, I don't know Spencer, and I don't know Charlotte. So then we finally figured out that she does have a twin, and Alex is the one that's behind all this and kind of finds out and like, oh, works with Charlotte and Ran and Archer and all that, and kind of wants to get back at Spencer because she wants Spencer's life. So then we like Spencer's kind of thinking like, oh, you just want to be with Toby, that's all, you want to be with Toby. And that's what we find out. And then we just see Alex ask Ren to shoot her. So Ren shoots her like in the shoulder kind of area. She still lives, and Ren didn't want to do it. He's like, I can't do it and all this stuff. And then that's kind of the story. And then Alex is like, well, I have a wedding to attend because it's kind of like the next day. That was at night when Spencer got like hit in the head or whatever. And then it's like the wedding day for Arya and Ezra. And then Arya's getting all ready, and she has like her wedding dress on, and then she's just sitting in this chair crying. And her dad's there, Byron's there, is like, if I find Ezra, I'm going to wring his neck out, because apparently Arya got a message from Ezra saying he wasn't coming, and Byron was upset about that. Arya was really upset. All the girls were standing in front of her, and then we see Spencer or Alex say, you might want to call him again, so he doesn't answer. Arya's really upset, and then we see Caleb walk in, he's like, what's wrong? And then everyone's like, Ezra said he's not coming to the wedding and stuff like that. And you can tell it's a little weird because it doesn't seem like Ezra would do that in any way. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but being honest, I really didn't like Arya's wedding dress as much. Like, not to be mean, it was not what I expected it would look like, but, you know. And then we go back to this scene where Spencer was in like this cell thing, and we find this dude standing in a cell right across from her, and she's like, Spencer's trying to pick a lock because she hugged Mary Drake or whatever. She's trying to pick this lock because she had a bobby pin, so she hugged Mary Drake, and I don't know if she got the bobby pin from Mary Drake or from herself, but she's like picking this lock, and she sees this dude there, and he turns around, and it's Ezra. So no wonder he said he wasn't coming, because, I mean, he didn't have any phone to tell them, so it wasn't him who said it. It was Alex, Mary Drake, and all of them. So we find out that Ezra's there with Spencer. They're both caught in like this cell thing. And then we find out, which we found out earlier in the beginning, that Alex was AD, but also Ren died, and Ren is also the twins' father. They are Allison and Emily's kid, or like father. That was surprising. I did not know that, because I remember Alex saying, I know the father to those kids and stuff, and it was really surprising that it was Ren. And then, like, we see Alex, after this, like, whole wedding situation thing goes down, we see Alex just sitting on a bench while Jenna and Veronica Hastings are talking about some legal stuff. And then kind of like Jenna comes out and like says, thank you, Spencer, for helping me. And Spencer's like, no problem, anytime. I hope you got what you needed and all that. And then Jenna's like, hey, Spencer, are you wearing some new perfume and all this stuff? And Spencer's like acting weird and saying no. And like Jenna's like, hey, I hope you can help Toby stay a little longer this time. And like these weird answers, and like Alex/Spencer called Veronica a rock star, and Veronica's like, you've never called me that, but thank you, I'll take it. So that's kind of when it started for Jenna to suspect something. So then Jenna calls up Toby and says, Toby, Spencer, I don't think it's Spencer. And Toby's like, okay. Well, he goes to the house with Arya, Hannah, Allison, and Emily, and Caleb. They're all there. And they're like trying to call Ezra and all this stuff. He won't answer. And then Arya's about to pick up the phone and call Spencer. But Toby walks in and says, I wouldn't do that. Because Spencer had this book apparently that she used to write in all the time, and showed it to the girls and said, and Caleb, and said, Spencer's book had writing in this, and this book does not have writing in it. So he's like, I wouldn't do that because I don't think it's Spencer either. So they're all talking about this. Well, do you think Spencer has an evil twin or something? Like, it's a crazy idea. And then we just see, like, Mona on a computer, like, saying they found out or something like that. And I thought that was really interesting to see Mona again. And then Caleb, Hannah, Arya, Mona, Allison, and Emily, and Toby all get Spencer and Ezra back. They go to this little place they're in. Spencer and Ezra try to escape, and they get out with that bobby pin and all that. They get out, and then they walk through this door, and they're like in this place that looks like homes and trees and stuff. And Spencer's like freaking out. She's trying to figure out which way to go, and Ezra's like, stop, we're still underground. And it's like this whole house, and he's like, everything's fake. So then they're kind of like freaking out, and then Alex comes out there, and like they get hurt a little bit, and then they're just Spencer and Alex are like fighting, and then finally Caleb, Hannah, Arya, Mona, Allison, and Emily and Toby all get there. They find Spencer and Ezra, and then Toby's got like a gun. He's like pointing it both to Alex, and Spencer doesn't know which one. Then he finally says, okay, I'm going to go with this one, pulls her arm around her back and says, what's your favorite quote or poem from this book? And that one didn't answer. The one right beside it, which was Spencer, told him, and he like was just holding him there. And then like apparently the police come, take Alex and all that, and apparently Mona called them. And then we finally see Arya and Ezra get married finally, and she's like wearing this, not a wedding dress, but like this short little dress that you might wear every day that's just white, her hair down, and that's about it. And then the last scene, we see the girls walking on the streets for the last time, talking, and then we find out Hannah's having a baby which is really cool. And then we just find out that Mona lives in France now, and she sells dolls or something like that. And then we see her go down into like this basement, and there's like this fake dollhouse, like these pieces, and then there's a big glass window behind them, and Alex and Mary Drake are behind it. So I'm guessing it's the whole dollhouse thing again, which that totally creeped me out, the whole dollhouse thing, when all the girls were in it, because it looked exactly the same as their bedrooms and stuff, and like this looked like a dollhouse, so it was really creepy. But what I don't understand is that shouldn't Mary Drake and Alex be in prison or jail or something? Because Mary Drake did kill Jessica De Laurentiis, and she said that she killed Archer Dunhill, so don't you think they'd be in jail? I don't know, I don't get it. But then at the very end we see the girls, like the new girls in high school, like Addie's group, and then we find them in like this barn thing. It's storming, they wake up, Addison's gone, and it's like the whole Pretty Little Liars all over again, and they have like the same cups and everything that they had in the first episode. So now I'm going to give you my opinion on last night's episode, the last series finale of Pretty Little Liars. I love every Pretty Little Liars episode. I love this one too. The only thing that made me really frustrated was there was too much going on between the wedding, between all the girls, between AD. It was just piling up, and it would change settings. So it would be like 1 minute Arya's wedding, and then it would be AD with Spencer. And it was really weird that just switched like that. I've never really seen it do that much. And it didn't feel like a regular Pretty Little Liars episode. It felt different and weirder. Which, I like it again, but it was, again, different, and I didn't like how it switched all the time because I got so confused. I didn't even know Ren died. I had to look that up, but I guess he did, so I was so confused. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was happening, but again, I liked it. And then I really didn't like this. I get the whole show's about A and AD and all that, like the mystery and all that, but I really wish they didn't do the 1 year later. I wish they were all the girls, they found out who AD was, Arya and Ezra get married finally, and then they say 1 year later, and it shows their lives after AD, after most of them are married, and after they've had like Grace and Lily, Allison and Emily's twins. I wish that was after, I wish their afterlives, not like their dead afterlife, but like their lives are going after AD. Like, I wish that was what happened, but I guess it's still a really good episode, and what can you do? It was still great ending. I just didn't really like how they recreated it, and it makes you think, are they going to make a new show, which I doubt they are, because it would probably be the exact same, and if they did, they have to make it different. They can't make it the same thing. And I honestly don't think people would watch it because it's not the same when you have a recreation and it's not the original characters. I know they do that for some things, but it's really weird not having the original characters. And like Lucy Hale and all of them, they have to be in it because they're the original characters. And they might still be, but it wouldn't be the same. I didn't really like how they ended it like that, but it was still a really good episode. I loved it. So now I'm going to give you my AD theory. My AD theory, I thought you're going to be like, whoa, that is completely off. That would never be it. I thought it was Eric Kahn, Noel Kahn's brother, older brother. I thought it was Eric Kahn because he was friends with Charlotte. Pretty good friends, right? And we know Jenna and Noel were working for AD because they wanted to find out AD too. They didn't know who AD was. They wanted to know who AD was. So they were working for AD, and I thought that maybe after Charlotte died that Eric took over and he knew like Noel and Jenna's weaknesses and strengths and stuff, so he could like persuade them to join the A team. So that's who I thought it was. Tell me who you guys thought it was down in the comments down below. Also guys, for the longest time, every time I would get a text message, I would freak out. Like, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I just got a text message. It would take me so long to have the courage to pick up my phone and look at it, and then I'm like, okay, it's just my friend. Okay, that's not what I was going to tell you. But I'm going to show you a before and after picture of most of the cast. I'm going to show you the main guys, 3 guys in the show, and then all of the liars. So, yeah. I'm going to put them in my hands right here, as you can see. So yeah, Aria Montgomery. I love Aria because she has a great sense of fashion, and she always knows what she wants and wants to accomplish in life, especially, and I love her so much. We have Hannah Marin. Hannah Marin is always determined and knows what she wants and knows what she wants to get out of something. She's always going forward to something that she knows she wants to get, and she does it. She achieves her goals. Spencer Hastings. She's very smart and intelligent, and she always cares about her friends and wants them to be the best people that they can, and she likes helping them. Emily Fields. Emily Fields is not afraid to say what she believes in. When she believes of something, she doesn't care too much on it. She just says what comes to her mind. Alison De Laurentiis shows that people can change throughout time, and just to stay hopeful. Now I'm going to do some of the guys. Ezra Fitz. Ezra Fitz was very protective of Aria. He cared about her a lot, even though they were thinking he was A at first, but he wasn't, and he still cares about Aria more than anyone that he is around. Toby Cavanaugh. Toby and Spencer are not together, but he still cares about Spencer very strongly. He would do anything for her. He was there from the start with Spencer, same with Ezra and Caleb, but he wants to help the girls and not hurt them. Caleb Rivers. Caleb Rivers is very, very protective of Hannah. He won't let her out of his sight, and he really doesn't want anything to happen to her, and he's really kind. So I really hope you liked this video. It was basically just discussing Pretty Little Liars. I'm going to miss it so much. It's my favorite show ever. I'm a huge fan, and I will always still be a huge fan, no matter what. I loved watching it. I loved experiencing all the episodes and all of that. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you agree to some of my thoughts on the episode and stuff, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and comment what you want me to do next. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Got a secret? Well, I do. Well, not anymore, since the secret's kind of already out. But I'm doing a discussion on Pretty Little Liars' last and final episode, the 3 hours premiere last night.